My name is Erin Gray and I'm an actress, mostly known for Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Erin Gray seemed to have it all. The stunning model turned TV star who made millions as Colonel Wilma Deering in Buck Rogers. But behind the cameras was a nightmare that started when she was just 10 months old. Her own father did something so cruel it would haunt her for decades. Then came the stepfather, who crossed lines that should never be crossed, and a 22-year marriage that nearly destroyed her. Today we're uncovering the shocking truth about what really happened to the woman who inspired a generation. Erin Gray was born on January 7, 1950 in Honolulu. At the time it was still the territory of Hawaii, not yet a U.S. state. Her parents, Daniel and Diane, seemed to offer a picture-perfect life. Her father worked as a businessman and her mother was a photographer. On the outside, everything looked like paradise. But behind closed doors things were very different. Daniel was abusive both to Erin and her mother. What should have been a joyful childhood under palm trees and sunshine became a time filled with fear and emotional scars. That picture of a happy Hawaiian home shattered before Erin even reached her teenage years. When she turned 8, Erin's life changed completely. Her mother made the difficult decision to leave her husband, taking Erin with her. They didn't just leave a man. They left behind their home, their friends, and everything familiar. It wasn't a clean break. It was an escape. Diane fled with her daughter to protect her from further abuse. At 8 years old, Erin had to say goodbye to her father, her school, and her island home all at once. For a child just beginning to understand the world, it was a heavy loss. Her sense of safety was gone, and the journey ahead would not be any easier. Their next stop was Palm Springs, California. Erin moved in with her grandparents while her mother worked to rebuild their lives. Palm Springs felt like a different world. The lush green landscapes of Hawaii were replaced by dry desert winds. Instead of feeling protected, Erin felt alone. Her mother was not around much during those years. She was left in the care of her grandparents, trying to adjust to a place that felt cold and unfamiliar. The change was hard. The emotional wounds from her father's abuse were still fresh, and now she had to face a completely different environment without her mother's daily presence. Later, when her mother remarried, Erin was brought to live in Larks in Moraine County. But instead of comfort and stability, this move brought more pain. Her stepfather molested her. The home that was supposed to be her safe space became another nightmare. Erin reached a breaking point. One day, in a desperate attempt to protect herself, she grabbed a knife and told him she would kill him if he ever touched her again. She was just a child, but she had already survived more than most adults could imagine. That moment didn't end the trauma, but it showed how far she was willing to go to protect herself when no one else would. Through all this pain, Erin never gave up on herself. At school she did remarkably well. She attended Redwood High School and later finished her last semester at Pacific Palisades High School. Despite the chaos at home, she kept going. She got accepted to UCLA with plans to major in mathematics, one of the most challenging subjects anyone can choose. For someone who had lived through physical abuse, sexual trauma, and multiple moves, this was an incredible accomplishment. It showed how intelligent and determined she truly was. But just when her path seemed set, Erin made a bold move. She left college. She didn't fail out or drop out because of trouble. She chose to chase a dream. Started with a chance meeting. She was 15 years old in 1965 when she met Nina Blanchard. Blanchard was one of the most powerful modeling agents in Los Angeles. She had already discovered stars like Cheryl Tiegs and Rene Russo. When she met Erin, something clicked. Erin realized she didn't want to sit in a math class anymore. She wanted something bigger. She was still in high school, but her mind was already made up. She would chase the dream. But her first big break had actually happened a little earlier when she was just 14. She entered a modeling contest in St. Louis. She had no training and no experience. Still, she won. That one contest gave her the confidence she needed. She was offered her first modeling job, and it opened doors that hadn't even existed before. Soon she was doing commercial work in Los Angeles. Then she set her sights on New York. She made the move as a teenager, leaving California behind. This wasn't a modern move with texts and video calls. This was the 1960s. When you left, you were really gone. She gave up college, gave up stability, and took the leap into one of the toughest industries in the world. But she didn't just survive, she thrived. In just a few years, she was one of the top models in New York. She was part of a small circle of young women who would go on to become icons. Farrah Fawcett, Veronica Hamill, and Susan Blakely were all in the same modeling world. They worked together. They competed against each other. They filmed commercials for Brie, Clairol, Max Factor, and Came. Erin wasn't just holding her own, she was standing out. Her English leather commercial became famous. She looked straight at the camera and said the line that would follow her for years. My men wear English leather or they wear nothing at all. By 1975, she wasn't just famous. She was rich. At 25 years old, she was making $100,000 a year. That was nearly 10 times what most American households earned. In today's money, it would be around $570,000 a year. This wasn't an accident. She didn't come from wealth or privilege. She had no connections in the industry. She built her career from nothing but talent and grit. That money gave her freedom. She could choose what job she wanted. She didn't have to chase roles to survive. That freedom made it possible for her to take risks later in acting without the pressure of a paycheck hanging over her head. In the mid-1970s, a single line on television